Hey everybody! Welcome to the 4th issue of the Bronx Stampede. I'm Kayla Parker.
And I'm Sadie Clarendon. Hope everybody had a fabulous spring break. Our top story in this issue is the release of the Risk Needs Assessment, which pulled sophomores and seniors in our school last year.
Aaron Gray and Josh Lobo have more on the results. Over to you guys.
Hi, I'm Josh Lobo.
And I'm Aaron Gray. The 2009-2010 Needs Assessment Survey was released last month, and the results have raised some eyebrows among Sheridan High School students and staff.
So I don't think we have a major problem, but we have some issues that we definitely need to address, not just at the high school, but in our community at large.
The survey measures risk factors among Wyoming teens for activities such as drug and alcohol use and prescription drug abuse. 279 SHS 10th and 12th graders were polled, and a total of 15,824 Wyoming high school students participated in the survey.
We first conducted a random poll at Sheridan High School students asking about the percentage of students they thought were using illicit drugs. What percent of high school students do you think do illegal drugs?
Like 25% of them.
60%.
50%.
Probably about 10%.
I'd probably say around 35%.
50%. I'd probably say about 45%, maybe a little more.
60 to 70.
59%. 70 to 80% of the school uses illegal drugs.
41.
Probably 10%.
Like 50.
I would say 70% of people used illegal drugs in the school.
While students have different percentages of student drug use, the survey gives more precise percentages. In the category of lifetime substance abuse, which is a measure of students who have used illicit substances at least once in their lives, alcohol was the highest, with 10th graders reporting 62% and 12th graders 71%. Marijuana usage was higher among 10th graders, with 43% of sophomores having tried marijuana compared to the 40% of seniors. Cigarette usage is also higher among 10th graders, with 42% having smoked a cigarette while 36% of 12th graders have.
The next category measures those who have used these substances within the last 30 days. 39% of 10th graders reported using alcohol in the last 30 days, and 27% have used marijuana. More 12th graders have used alcohol in the last 30 days at 42%, but only 22% have smoked marijuana.
We spoke with Principal Darlene Wheeler about drug and alcohol abuse in Sheridan High School, as well as in the community.
I think a lot of people think in order to have fun, you've got to drink alcohol. And that's not just necessarily the student body. I think it's the adult community as well.
One major concern of Principal Darlene Wheeler is the misuse of prescription medications. 19% of 10th graders reported misusing prescription drugs at least once in their life, and 6% reported misusing in the last 30 days, while 14% of 12th graders reported misusing prescription medication in their life, with 7% in the last 30 days.
Then it can be extremely dangerous. Same way if you are taking prescription medication and you drink alcohol, a lot of times that will cause adverse effects. So. And then when you buy something illegally, you don't know if what you're buying is actually what they say they're selling you. I always tell the story as a teacher that I had one year where I had students that were smoking marijuana, and the person that was selling it had laced it with rat poison. So they were really getting a buzz, let me tell you. And then I've had other students think they're buying cocaine and they're actually sniffing Clorox too.
Instead of these hazardous, sometimes even lethal substances, Principal Wheeler recommends a healthy, safe alternative to the high produced by drugs and alcohol.
I want to remind everyone that one of the best ways to get high is to exercise. Okay, because after a half an hour's worth of exercise, the endorphins in your brain are released and you really feel good about yourself and what you're doing. And so it's not just staying physically fit, but feeling good about yourself. So exercise is one of the best ways to get high, and we naturally high.
Wheeler, along with the rest of the administration, stressed their utmost concern for student safety and health.
One of the things that kids need to know is this is their school. Sheridan High School belongs to the students, it belongs to our community. We want a great culture here, and so when you allow people to sell drugs in your school or harass others or whatever, that's not a good thing. That's like your house, and so we all need to pay attention and say, hey, we don't want that here. We want a safe environment, and we want a place where we can relax and be ourselves and feel safe and learn a lot, because we know, I'm not trying to brag, but I think we have one of the best teaching staffs and opportunities to do whatever you want to do right here at this high school. The student body needs to take care of themselves, and your lifelong habits are being established right now while you're in high school.
But illicit drug use doesn't just affect students' academic lives. Because of the effect that drug usage has on student athletes, the Sheridan High School Athletics Department is looking into drug testing for athletes. We sat down with Coach Don Julian to get an explanation on the matter.
We are pushing for drug testing, that is correct, and we hope we can get it accomplished here soon. Our reasoning for this is to help give student athletes a reason to say no, so that it would be a positive peer pressure thing. In other words, if a lot of times with young people, it's very hard for them to go against what their peers are doing, and their decisions are involved in that. And it gives our student athletes a way to save face with their peers, is the way I say it. If they know they're going to be possibility they might be tested the next week, it gives them a great reason to say, hey, you know, I might be tested next week, I like playing, and I don't want to do this tonight, as opposed to the reasons that my parents don't want me to do this, or the coach doesn't want me to do this, or I don't believe in doing this, or it's illegal. Those reasons don't go over so well with peers.
The question in many minds might be, if an athlete does test positive for drugs, what will the consequences be? Some schools have instituted a zero-tolerance policy, in which if someone tests positive, he or she will be kicked off the team. However, Coach Julian sees a better way of reprimanding students while still remaining firm on the policy.
We're not looking at it as a punitive measure, we're looking at it as a way to help student athletes. It provides early detection. In other words, if someone does a drug test and maybe they're just getting started into that style of life and they get caught early, it may stop that progress into becoming someone who has an issue with drugs and alcohol, which I think is a very positive benefit.
Julian then explained what the potential procedures would be should drug testing be instituted.
A random, and the key word is random suspicionless drug testing. In other words, any student who is joining an activity would sign off that he's willing to be part of the pool that would be drug tested. That would be totally random. It would be an outside entity than the school doing it. I couldn't, if I suspected a young man or young lady of using, I couldn't call the company up and say, I want you to test this person. It would be done randomly with no suspicion, probably with a computer program. And the consequence for someone who had a hot UA or a positive test would fit into our training policy as a violation, just like if a young man or young lady got an MIP or got caught for doing that or had something on campus. The training policy would be in place. Random drug testing would fit right into that, and that's how it would fit.
And this was a SHS Stampede Report. I'm Aaron Gray.
And I'm Josh Lobo.
Thanks a bunch, you guys.
Lately, we've been seeing students in the halls supporting peace and equality by getting "No Hate" painted on their cheeks. We sent out Mara Bradshaw, expert reporter, to get the scoop from Cassidy Bellis and Emma Hall, president and vice president of the Students for Human Rights, to learn more about the group.
Students for Human Rights is an organization that's basically just formed by students to encourage tolerance and equality and acceptance of everyone.
The group originally got started, we wanted to restart GSA, a friend and I, but then we decided we wanted to cover more issues than just LGBT rights. So after talking to some friends that wanted to join, we decided it'd be best to create a larger group.
If you see anything that you feel is unjust, don't be afraid to stand up about it, and that goes for teachers as well, because teachers can make a huge impact, but we as students can also make a huge impact. So just don't be afraid to stand up for what you believe is right.
We try to promote awareness and tolerance, and this year we're focusing on domestic violence, human trafficking, genocide, and LGBT rights, which is lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender. We meet every Thursday after school in the MAC lab, which is C190.
SHR sure knows how to have a great time in the name of equality. This sports season, SHS students have been working hard in wrestling, track, and shooting hoops. Here's H-Dog and K-Rob with the sports news.
Hi, I'm K-Rob.
And I'm Haley.
The boys basketball team recently competed at regionals and state. They won the regional championship game against Gillette, but lost to Rock Springs in the first round of the state tournaments.
The girls basketball team also competed in regionals and state. The girls got third at regionals by beating Gillette and lost in the state championship game in overtime to Gillette.
The wrestling season also ended recently with the team taking 6 overall. 6 wrestlers placed at state. Andrew LeBack took 6th at 145 pounds. Jay Sandvig took 5th at 135 pounds. Derek Berrettini took 4th at 119 pounds. Trevor Goss took 2nd at 140 pounds. Clay Carter took 2nd at 125 pounds. And Lucas Skeesey took 2nd at 160 pounds.
The indoor track team finished their season competing at Simplot, a national meet in Idaho, and state with the boys and girls placing 6th.
And Simplot was a few weeks back, but it was a big meet. And what did you like about it?
I liked how it was very big. I loved the track because it was different because it was up off the ground, so that was really cool. And I had my fastest time there, but there was a lot of fast people there. So.
Coming back after Simplot, how did you feel you did there?
It wasn't my best race, but it was a lot of fun, and I think for me and a lot of other runners, it just really gets you excited for state and to see what you can do. It's a huge meet. You get to see phenomenal runners, and it's kind of inspiring to see all those cool people.
You traveled to Simplot. How did you do there?
I won the prelims race, and that was pretty good. I was pretty excited, and then came back in the finals and took 2nd.
For state indoor, how did you do there, and explain what you did?
At state indoor, I won all 3 of my events and set 3 new state records.
And what events were those?
The mile, the 800, and the 3200.
Congratulations to Dylan Marin for setting 3 state records at indoor state, and to all the other athletes that placed.
I'm Haley.
And I'm K-Rob.
Signing off with This Issue Sports News.
Wishing all the spring sportsters an awesome season.
Now let's skip along over to the great, the skilled, the brilliant, the amazing Tommy for the latest student shenanigans in our school.
Hi, I'm Tommy Taylor with Student Shenanigans. Personal space. Everybody needs it. But what happens when that personal space line is crossed? We wanted to find out how SHS students would respond when their personal space bubble was popped. I asked a random group of SHS students their favorite thing about Sheridan High School. While they answered, I took the opportunity to see how they felt about their own personal space. Watch as their faces show terror, confusion, amusement, and oblivion as I invade their personal space.
I like the food. The food's good.
Probably our
what did I have on my food?
So many things about Sheridan High School. I think, Tommy, why are you doing that?
Because anything, Sheridan High School.
My favorite thing about Sheridan High School.
Just coming to some person week while I'm talking, and they're video games.
Why'd you do that? The people. What was that for?
by the teachers and the people.
Here. Why'd you do that? Tommy Taylor. For sure.
Why are you rubbing my cheek?
What's happening?
So.
Well, that was as uncomfortable to watch as it was to do. Mrs. Daniels gave me a taste of my own medicine. Great face, Ryan. I'm Tommy. Back to Sadie and Kayla.
Thanks, Tommy.
As everyone knows, prom is coming up fast, and those who still don't have a date are frantically searching. If you're one of them, listen up.
Here's Natalie Mendenhall with some hot tips on how not to ask your special guy or girl to prom.
Thanks, Sadie. Though asking someone doesn't have to be quite as weird or awkward as rubbing someone's face, as long as you don't do anything like this.
Hey, K-Rob.
Hey.
So, what you doing?
Trying to work on a video.
Oh. So, I was in your tree last night outside your house, and I overheard you talking about you were going to prom, and you had no one to go with.
Uh-huh. Mr. Cliff, help.
Ask Josh if he'll go to prom with me. Pass it on.
Aaron, Haley got her boots at Target. Pass it on.
Hey, Tom. Haley likes turtles. Pass it on.
Sadie, Haley wore her turtle to school.
Orange popsicles? Orange popsicles. Pass it on.
Haley says that you're a smelly carrot top, and she will not go to prom with you. And you look really bad in a tux.
My hair's not even red.
Is that a no?
It's Tyler Kunis. That's the one.
And then ching, you know, something right there. Okay, so you can go to Soundtrack Pro and see if you can match up some sounds. Yeah.
That's not Tyler Kunis, that's Jack Seary. They
Did
look
you send
alike.
that to 3 people?
Oh my god, you guys! K-Rob just asked me to prom!
Hey!
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
All right.
Yeah, so, you know how, like, prom's coming up and everything?
Yeah.
Well, I was wondering if you wanted to go with me.
Really?
Yeah.
I gotta go tell my mom!
Yo, baby, yo.
Hey.
I noticed you noticing me, so I wanted to put you on notice that I noticed you too.
And?
Think about letting you go to prom with me.
Oh, you were thinking about it?
You know, because I'm pretty hot. I mean, I'm hot. And you're decent. We can work with you. Do something to your hair, put a little makeup on, you know. Put lipstick on a pig.
Why don't you go look up egotistic in the dictionary?
You know what? I don't even know what a dictionary is. Whatever, I can do better. Hey, little mama.
Hey, Natalie, do you want to go to prom with me?
I'm actually going with someone else. Sorry.
Oh, are you sure?
Yeah.
You're sure you don't want to go to prom with me?
No, sorry.
Okay. Hey, you want to go to prom now?
What?
Do you want to go to prom now?
No, sorry.
Okay. Hey.
Coy?
Hey, do you want to go to prom now?
No.
Why? Please be my prom date.
I'm going with someone else.
Okay. Natalie. Hey.
I said no, Coy. Okay, so do you know Coy?
Trumbull?
Yeah, he keeps coming out of nowhere, asking me to prom just constantly. Like, he
Really?
won't leave me alone.
Yeah, he is kind of desperate.
But I love you.
Ooh.
Coy!
I love you. No. Please.
That's not good.
So remember these helpful little tips when asking someone to prom, or you might just be the loner in the corner who drinks all the fruit punch. This has been Natalie Mendenhall signing off for SHS.
Rock on, Natalie. Those are some fantastic tips.
We'd like to thank all of our viewers for staying with us and watching the 4th issue of the Bronx Stampede. I'm Kayla Parker.
And I'm Sadie Clarendon. We'll see you next time. Can we fix our hair?
Yeah.
Be like,
Did you already see
yes.
Hey everybody, well, yeah man. Alright, now you have to come here and
Fuzzle our hair. So, just that, and then here's all messed up.
Alright, no you couldn't do me. Oh, you did? Alright. As everyone knows, prom is coming up fast, and those who don't have a date are France.
Hat tips. Thanks, Tommy.
As everyone knows, prom is coming up fast,